Hello, everybody. I just wanted to quickly share how to add a relationship to BMC Core CMD editor, whatever that's called. It always fails, and the reason is because it cannot get its instruction set to the CMDB driver that's actually running at the server. So the server has this file called cmdbdriver, and it will run in Windows or Linux. So if it's Windows, cmdbdriver.exe. If it's Linux, cmdbdriver.sh. Pretty simple. So once it runs, it will give you this interface right here. And on this interface, you can see that we're basically loading the relationship right there called BMC Core specified items. Specified items is coming from this XML file that I had created manually based on an exported value of a relationship. So what I did there, I modified it to actually just be called BMC specified item for the attribute, and BMC specific as a relationship that would have a value called specified item. So this is just compressed CMB definition of a class and an attribute. So what will happen is if you try to import this, the class will actually show up, but the specified item will be hidden, and we don't really know why. It's probably because this definition is missing the visibility. So what you have to do, you have to go into the Dev Studio, and then you find this attribute and move it from the view that's not visible into the view that is visible. So what it will do, it will right here on the bottom, you'll see right here. So if you want to put that into the specified item column, you have to actually drag it in there and do it in a overlay mode. So you begin in a base mode, but you switch later over to the overlay mode. So here, if I move the specified item over to specifications, it will not be visible even if I restart the server. So number two reason why this is not showing up is because the actual Midtier has to be restarted in order to show the field. So before we can see it in a user tool, I don't have to restart the AR server, but I do have to relog in into the user. I'm not using any overlays of any kind. This is just the base mode. So if it shows up in here, it will show up on the page as well once I restart the server. So here I'm checking to see where the class is and where the actual attribute is found. So here I'm seeing that the field BMC core specific class does have a presence in this particular class. And if I just look at the attribute itself, like right here, it will give me those two fields. And the reason there's two of them is because one is a base mode and the other one is overlay mode. So at the database level, it doesn't matter, but as an interface, you will not be able to see it until you actually restart this utility. So I had to exit over here, get back in, log in with my username and password. So here the class shows up and my specification tab either has it or it doesn't. So it doesn't have it yet. So what I need to do is I need to go back in and actually enable it directly in the properties of the particular field. Well, because I actually have two different schemas with that same field, I have to go edit both of those schemas, not just one. So here the overlay and the base form are side by side. So I need to find that field in both places and then put that into the specifications tab. So here, specifications finally will be showing this up in the user tool because I don't need to restart the server or the mid-tier. So here, once I save it, I should be able to go to the user tool, load it, and it will show up. So one thing I want to do first is I want to make sure that it's actually showing as visible. So under display, it will show visible true. So it has to be true. If it's not true, you need to change it to true. Once you set it to true, save it. Go back to the user tool. Open the schema, and now under specifications, there it is. Why? Because it's visible, but it's visible in the base mode only. So that means that in AR Midtier, it will not show up because that's an overlay. Okay, so AR Midtier always loads overlays. So that means that you have to restart the Tomcat server. So here I'm restarting my Tomcat server. It takes, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. It actually takes a while to clear the cache. But if I go there without clearing the cache on the server, it will still not show it. So the important thing that I need to do is I need to clear the cache. So here it's restarted, but if I go and reload it, it will still not show. So what I need to do next, I need to go to the actual Tomcat mid-tier configuration. And make sure that it's restarted. Basically here, if I restart it and go right away inside, it's not going to load it because it takes like 3 or 4 minutes to actually refresh the server. So what I wanted to do next is it's the shared login, although actually this is still the mid here. Sorry. No, not showing up. So obviously I need to go to this configuration tool and I need to clear the cache out. The thing is when I logged in, it was actually clearing the cache at that moment. So what I needed to do is flush the cache and then sync the cache. So once all of this was done, I was able to go back in and see that field displayed. So after doing all of this, you can go back in, refresh, and voila, we got our field in the specification tab. That's how you do it. So remember, first, cmdbdriver. Make sure it sticks. Then you look in the CMDB properties, attribute properties, all the other fields, all the columns, all the tables that I was showing you. Also the database. Make sure this is there. And then all that stuff will work. That's all you need to do. Thank you. Here is just showing again, I'm PDF, it was BMC core, class name specific, and there's the class. And if I just wanted to get the attribute, also, so BMC specific attribute GA is the command. So here I'm trying to load that. GA, come on. Get attribute, BMC in BMC core, in BMC specific class, which is the relationship. Given the attribute, which is specified item, it will load it, specified item, boom. So now we know it should load because it is in the overlay, it's in the base mode, it's everywhere, it's in the database, so you can now use it anywhere you want. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for being cursed, but kind of have a sore throat. All right, bye.